Hey y'all, I'm Wood Boyles, and this is the World History Project. Today we're asking an important question. What's the big deal about portable belief systems? I mean, didn't we already have religions before Era 3? So, what changed? Okay, so humans develop pretty incredible ways of thinking and explaining the world around us. We want to know the answer to big questions, particularly about the natural world around us. Like, how big is the universe? Is there life on Mars? Why does the sun rise and set? Stuff like that. The idea is we develop ways to explain these phenomena. If you're a fan of ancient Greek mythology, like I am, you'll know that the sun was believed to be pulled across the sky each day by the god Helios in his golden chariot. The Greeks also had some pretty fascinating stories about where we came from and where they came from, and you guys can look that up on your own. But we have some pretty cool stories too to answer things that we can't explain, like some of the pyramids in Egypt and South America must have been built by aliens because they have the same size bases or something or another. So people have been using belief systems to explain the world around them for a long time. But before this era, most of these belief systems consisted of worshiping spirits or gods that were rooted in the land and the region where people lived. These gods and spirits were thought to live in rocks, rivers, mountains, forests, all that stuff. They were believed to be attached only to that group of people living in that specific area. But 3,000 years ago, this changed. Groups of people, especially in Afro-Eurasia, began to develop systems of belief that were not related to sacred places or territory, but whose gods were universal, open to everyone and present everywhere. And this was a big deal. It meant that their gods could be taken anywhere when traveling for trade or migrating to a new region. It could be taught to new people outside their communities, and then it could spread and connect people in distant parts of the world, even creating new communities based on faith. This caused huge changes. Trade networks expanded, people did business with people of similar beliefs, and many of the religions we might recognize today came about. Judaism, Hinduism, Zoroastrianism, and ethical systems like Buddhism and Taoism. What do you mean you've never heard of Zoroastrianism? Go look it up. I can't spell it, so good luck. But this brings us to our word of the day, portable. It means able to be carried around. You can move it. Portable belief systems allow goods, ideas, and people to move more quickly and freely around different areas. Think about the Armenian and Jewish diasporas, or groups of people living all over. These are people who belong to a community, even though they might not live next to each other. They are united because of their religion. So today I want you to read Overview of Belief Systems and think about how the development of portable belief systems really affected networks and communities. Then for your Historian's Journal today, I want you to think about this. What activities are you doing right now in response to COVID that others might be doing across the world? Think about practices or routines that you've adopted these past few weeks, and others likely have too. I know I wash my hands more frequently. I appreciate grocery store workers and healthcare workers a lot more, and I'm wearing a mask outside. So what are you doing? Stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.